What is up, guys? It's your boy No Risk, No Premium, back with another episode of the market overview, guys. Today we were looking for a 49.97 to hold overnight. It did not, right? It did not. So you could have taken this short trade here. However, we went right down to our 49.60 to 70 zone. We had this highlighted yesterday. If you're in the Wolves of Wealth Discord, we had an extensive video on this yesterday, talking about where the main level would be to watch for. We came right down to it and bounced thus far, right? So fun day today. A little bit more boring in the afternoon. But I can promise you tomorrow is not going to be this way. Why? We have mortgage data at 7 a.m. way before the market opens. We have a couple knuckleheads speaking. And then we have the FOMC minutes meeting. Now, remember, that's the one without Powell. It's just a meeting of the minutes that basically it's all the notes of the previous meeting with Powell, right? But this one is without Powell. So just right there at 2 p.m., you'll need to pay attention to a bunch of headline bombs, I like to call them. Basically going to be talking about rate increases, monetary policy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All of that boring stuff. So there will be a ton of volatility that comes into the market a little bit later. We could see some boring-esque market kind of like this afternoon going into that data. And then let's not forget, we do have NVDA after hours tomorrow as well, and that is a market mover. So we'll want to pay attention to that as well. I would definitely wait to play NVIDIA. I wouldn't gamble it or YOLO it, etc. Unless you're selling contracts or you're selling premium, you're usually a winner when it comes to that situation because of the IV crush. And then you are selling inflated premium, buying it back at a discount. So anyway, let's go to the charts here. Looking at ES, I think tomorrow 59.60 is going to be my zone to watch to the downside. Now, if we get really selly, um, if we get really selly on the minutes tomorrow, we have 49.33, but my high probability long 48.72. That's where I'm going to be watching to get long. That's my high probability, my favorite setup going into tomorrow if we go down to 48.72. But if we hold 60s or we hold 33s on the open, then great. We'll look to get long. Have to break over 5,000 or 49.97 for us to get back moving to the all-time highs. If we do not, anything under here, I do believe we will likely be shorting pops until we find a strong enough support that would take us over 5,000. Okay, on to NQ now. Let's zoom this in, right? Same thing here. Have to get back above 17,600, but really 17,800 is going to be that big level. If we can clear that at all, whether tomorrow or in the coming weeks, 18,000, 18,1, and then 18,4 are going to be my levels to the upside. You guys can see them up there. But as for tomorrow, 17,410, and 17,230. I like both of these areas here for the long bounce trade. If we get really selly, then we can look way down here at 16,760, right? Way down here. You guys can see this level, but I do think as long as we hold tomorrow, you'll definitely want to look and see at 410. See how we react at 410 tomorrow if we do not take out 17,600 to the upside. Okay, now let's go to the SPY chart here. SPY chart, we were talking about that 498.50. We opened to below it, rejected into it, and went right down to where? 495. That was our level. 495, 490, 495 are going to be the two levels to watch. And then 482, that is way down there. You can put a little range here if you want to see us possibly get down to about 488, right? Because we have some huge demand here on this 4-hour candle. So watch there. But I do think about 488 to 490, we can watch for the bounce there if we lose 495, 482, 483 would be my big bounce level underneath there. Got to clear 498.50 to get 500 plus to the upside. Onto QQQ now. A little bit of the same thing here. 423 was that big level. We knew if we got under 430 to watch 425, and then 423 went down to 423. I think 423, 416, those are two big levels we want to watch for tomorrow. So have both of those marked. 423 and 416 have to get over 430 to the upside for us to continue back to highs. That'd be 433, 437, 439 and above. Last but not least, IWM. IWM, we wanted 199.50, blew right through that level there. But this morning we had drawn this little zone in here. We would look to get long. Had a little bit of a bounce out of there for now. I do think we might be able to get a tad bit lower, and that's where I'd be looking at this 196 to 197 zone. for us to break, or we need to take out yesterday's high. So take out 200, right? 199.50 to 200. If we take that out, I do believe we go gap fill back on up here to 201.50 and then 205 to the upside. I do like the 193 bounce underneath 196 if we were to get down there. And guys, I'm not going to lie, I failed you. I had a perfect plan drawn up for F. I was busy looking at other things. I wanted a move back into 1208. The low of the day is 1210. I missed it by 2 cents, but we are looking to swing some F calls. But I do think because we don't have massive volume here, you guys see this candle, it's not a huge reversal-esque candle. So I do think we might be able to get a crack at a double bottom at this 12, or maybe even a little dip below for some liquidity on the buy side and look to get going from there. So even better, we'd be able to buy at a little bit more of a discount. But if you did get in today, you netted a nice trade, 10, 15, 20%, depending on your contracts. And I'm talking 3 to 6 months out. Okay. Obviously, if you took a day trade of a weekly contract, I'm sure it went rather nicely for you. But F here, we are definitely going to be watching 1208 all the way down to about 1150. Okay. In this zone, I'm going to watch to get long. I did grab a very small piece of AMD today. We wanted this dip into about 164. We got down to about 162. This is a very small position. We do have earnings on NVDA tomorrow. This will definitely be a sympathy play. Probably, maybe not add to this position and just ride out to see how tomorrow goes. Because guys, risk tolerance, you need to understand that we could easily get down to 150 on a bad NVIDIA earnings. It could very well happen. We could easily get back to 180. So you need to be respectful of that possible drawdown to come. So we'll see how we end up tomorrow going in, and I'll make game time decision from there. But, want to hold 160 to about 162, want to keep above this zone. You could see this trend is very strong to the upside, and now we're just balancing out, getting nice and tight on the TTM squeeze. This could be ready to go higher, but we might need that break of 180 for confirmation if we sell to lows to get some liquidity down here at 150 before. That's just giving you guys all the possibilities and keeping it 100% frank with you. But other than that, guys, you got to wake up early, get your levels right, and of course, not do anything fucking stupid. We'll see you bright and early. Peace.